Welcome to part 6 of this helicopter robot tutorial series. If you haven't watched the other parts, you can check out the tutorial playlist with the link in the video description. So in the previous part, we finished all the texturing, and in this part, we're going to be doing all of the rigging. Now, if you're enjoying this tutorial series and you'd like to help support the channel to help me to continue to create these free videos, then a great way to do that is by checking out my Gumroad store and my Patreon page. So on my Gumroad store and Patreon page, you can get access to 3D models and assets, tutorial files, artwork project files, procedural materials, geometry and modifier setups, and some other Blender courses. So if you'd like to help support the channel monthly, then you can join one of my Patreon memberships, or if you'd like to make a one-time purchase of any of my products, then you can check out my Gumroad store. And thank you everyone so much for your support. So what I now want to do is prepare all the objects to rig them. So what I'm first going to do is select the helicopter blade object, and if we go here to the modifier properties, I want to apply the array modifier. Now why I want to apply the array modifier is that we can join this object and this object together. So if we select the object here, let's just click on the drop down and apply the array. And then what we want to do is select this little red object first, and then lastly shift select the helicopter blades, and I'll hit Ctrl J. So now you can see this is joined together into one object, and if we rotate it on the Z axis, that's how it's going to be rigged and animated. So now that this object is finished, I'm just going to press H to hide it to get it out of the way. And this object, we're not really going to be moving or animating this object, it's just going to follow the body, so I'll press H to hide it. Now for the body object, you can see if I rotate it along the Z axis, we want it to like rotate like this, but I want it to rotate from this rotation point. And so right now it's not really rotating correctly. So what I'm going to do is select this object here, so the circle kind of hips object, and we're going to go into edit mode, and I'm just going to select the face down here. Now what I'm going to do is hit Shift S, and I'm going to move my mouse down to cursor to selected and let go, so the 3D cursor is right down there. Now what I want to do is place the origin point of the body right there where the 3D cursor is so it rotates correctly. So if you select the body, we're going to click on Object, Set Origin, and we're going to set the origin to the 3D cursor. Now I'm going to be using this a lot in this part of the tutorial, so if you just right click on the origin to 3D cursor, you can click Add to Quick Favorites. Now I've already added it to my Quick Favorites, but you can click Add to Quick Favorites. And now if you just hit the Q button, here's the Quick Favorite. So I've added in my own custom Quick Favorites, but you can see you can click on Origin to 3D Cursor. Now, of course, if you don't want to add it to your Quick Favorites, then you don't have to, but many times in this video, I'm going to click on Object, Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. So it's going to be a lot easier if I just hit Q and hit Origin to 3D Cursor. So now that the origin is set to where the 3D cursor was, if I rotate this, you can see it's going to rotate correctly, and it kind of looks like there's a hinge piece going through the body. And also, if I hit Alt-H to unhide everything, if I select the body and rotate it, you can see it's also rotating kind of in the center of this part here. So it looks like there's a big hinge kind of going through here. So I'm going to press H to hide the body, and then hit H and H to hide those objects. So now let's go over here to the gun pieces, and for the gun pieces, I want these to be able to rotate up and down like this. So what I'm going to do is click on the drop down and apply the mirror modifier. Then I'll hit Tab to go to edit mode. I'll hold down the Z button and move my mouse into wireframe view, and I want to separate each side into its own object so they can move individually. So I'm going to deselect everything and then just click and drag to box select the guns on this side, and I'll press P, which is going to separate it, and we want to choose selection. So I can hit Tab to go back to object mode, and I can go back to solid view, and you can see now these are separate objects. Now if I hit R to rotate and rotate along the x-axis, you can see it's rotating correctly. If for some reason the origin point isn't in the correct spot, then you can go into edit mode, and you can select this face right here, and you can hit Shift S, move your mouse down to cursor to selected. Then if you go back to object mode, you can hit Q and just click on origin to 3D cursor. So now it's going to rotate correctly. Now this object here, it is rotating correctly if you hit R to rotate and then rotate it on the x-axis, but the origin point is like way over here. So what I'm going to do is go to edit mode, select this face, we're going to hit Shift S, cursor to selected, and then if we go back to object mode, we're going to hit Q, and we're going to do origin to 3D cursor. All right, now that's going to rotate like that. So I'll just press the H key to hide these objects, and the eyeball is just going to follow the body, so I'll hide that. This wing here is also going to follow the body, so I'll hide that. And then this object, we'll hide it, we'll hide this, and we'll hide this object. And then this blade here, you can see the origin point is already in the center. So if I hit R to rotate and rotate it on the x-axis, that's going to rotate correctly. So I can select these objects and hide them. So now let's take a look at the legs. Now this object here, I want this object to rotate around on the Z-axis and be able to kind of twist the hips. But you can see the origin point is already at the correct spot. Now if for some reason it isn't, you can go into edit mode, you can select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, and then if you hit Tab to go back to object mode, you can hit Q and set the origin to the 3D cursor, and then that'll rotate correctly. Let's hide that object. So the next object is going to be this hip piece, and I want to rotate by this axis here, so this little joint. So we'll go into edit mode, and what I want to do is make this its own object. So I'll hold down Z, go to wireframe, and let go, and I'll click and drag to box select this side, and I'll hit P to separate, and we want to separate by selection. So now if I hit tab to go to object mode, we'll go back to solid view. You can see these are both their own object. And what I want to do is do that for all of them. So let's really quick just go through these and do that. So if I select this one, the mirror is applied. The mirror is applied. So we already applied the mirror modifier in all the other parts because we were doing the texturing. So what I'm now going to do is hold down the shift key and just shift select these three pieces. So the upper leg, the lower leg, and the feet. So I'll hit tab to go to edit mode, deselect everything. I'm going to hold down Z and go into wireframe, and then I'm going to click and drag and just box select this side, and I'm now going to hit P, and we're going to separate by selection. So now I'll hit tab to go back to object mode. We can go back to solid view, and you can now see this is its own piece, this is its own piece, and all of these are their own pieces. So now we just need to set the correct origin point so they rotate correctly. So for this object, I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'll just select this little face here, and I'll hit Shift S, cursor to selected. We'll go back to object mode, and we'll click Q, origin to 3D cursor. So that's now rotating correctly, so I'll hide it. So we're going to do the same thing for all the objects. So I'm going to go a little bit faster now since you basically know the process. So again, go to edit mode, select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, object mode, Q, and then origin to 3D cursor. So now we can rotate this on the X-axis. So that's good, so we'll hide that. So then for the upper legs, I want to rotate along this hinge. So we'll go to edit mode, select the face, Shift S, object mode, Q, and then origin to 3D cursor. So that's going to rotate like that. So I'll press H to hide that one. Let's select this piece, go to edit mode, select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, tab to go to object mode, Q, and origin to 3D cursor. So we'll hide that one. And then for these pieces, we want them to rotate around this center. So we'll go into edit mode, select this face, Shift S, object mode, and Q, and origin to 3D cursor. So now the origin is going to rotate around there. So we'll press H to hide that. Let's go over to the other side. We'll go into edit mode. We'll select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected. We can hit tab. We'll hit Q, and origin to 3D cursor. So I can rotate that one. So we'll hide that. And then for the last objects here, the feet, we're going to go into edit mode. Select this face here, Shift S, cursor to selected, go back to object mode, Q, origin to 3D cursor. So that's now rotating correctly if we rotate it on the X-axis. And then the last object, edit mode, select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, object mode, Q, and origin to 3D cursor. So I can now hit Alt H just to unhide all the objects. So the rotation points now should be correct for every object. So what we now need to do is parent the different objects to the other objects. So for example, when we rotate the upper leg, it moves the lower leg. And then the last step will be to lock the transforms. So for example, this leg can't rotate like this, but it will only be able to rotate on the X-axis. So let's start by parenting the leg objects. So what I'm going to do is select this foot, and then shift select the upper leg last. So this object is going to be selected first. This object is going to be selected last. So shift select this object. We're now going to press Control P to parent, and we're going to set parent to object, keep transform. So the lower leg is the parent object, and the foot piece is the child. So when I rotate the parent, the child moves with it, but then the child can still move on its own. And I actually have a video on mechanical rigging for beginners, so if you want to check out that video, the link is in the description. So what I now want to do is have the lower leg be the child and the parent be the upper leg. So we're going to select the child first, so the lower leg, and then shift select the upper leg last, Control P, and we're going to set parent to object, keep transform. So now this object is the parent, so I can rotate, but then this object is also a parent, so then the foot will rotate, and then also the foot can rotate on its own. So I'm just going to hit Control Z to undo that so it's back to its default transform. The last one is this object here. And actually what I just realized is that I want these two objects to rotate together. So if I hold down the Shift key and select both of these two objects, I'm going to hit Control J to join them back together because I actually want this to be one object. Now it might be a bit nicer to center the 3D cursor in the very center of both of these. So if I just hit Tab to go back to edit mode, what I can do is select this face, and then hold down the Shift key and select this face. Now what I'm going to do is hit Shift S and move down to cursor to selected. So now it's in the very center of this joint. So I'll go back to object mode. We're going to press Q and we're going to choose origin to 3D cursor. So now that'll rotate like this. So now what we're going to do is select the upper leg and then shift select the other upper leg. So these are both going to be the child of the parent, which is going to be the hips. So then we'll select the hips last. We're going to hit Control P and we're going to set parent to object keep transform. So now we can move the hips and then we can move the other legs. So let's do the same thing for the other side. So the foot's the child, and then we're going to shift select the lower leg, Control P to set parent to object keep transform. We're now going to select the lower leg first and then shift select the upper leg last, Control P to object keep transform. And so now the entire leg should be rigged. So we can rotate this, it's going to rotate everything. Then we can rotate these pieces and then these pieces and then finally the feet. So let's just hit Control Z to bring it back to the default transform. So now what I want to do is I want to lock the transforms because I don't want to be able to rotate it like in this direction because that would just kind of mess up the rigging and it doesn't look correct. It doesn't match with the hinges. So what I want to do is hit the N key to open up the side panel. And what I'm going to do is go to item. And so with your selected object, you can see there's going to be location values, rotation values, and scale values. So what I can do is click on these lock icons to lock the transformation. Now, all of these objects, they're only going to rotate on the x-axis. So if I hold down the shift key, I'm going to shift select both feet, the lower legs, the upper legs, and also the hips. So with all of them selected, I'm going to now hold down the Alt key and I'm going to Alt click and drag down, and I'm going to select all the locks. So now if I try to rotate it or scale it or move it, you can see everything's locked. And why I held down the Alt key is because the Alt key is going to lock all of our selection. Now I only want the selected objects to rotate on the x-axis. So with the Alt key held down, we're going to just turn off the rotation X. Now if I just select these objects, so just select any of these objects and try to rotate them, you can see I can only rotate them on the x-axis. Now you can see with this object, the rotation is wrong, and that is because I need to apply the rotation. So if I hit Control A, we can apply the rotation. So now this is the default rotation. So now if I try to rotate this, you can see now it's rotating correctly on the x-axis. That was because the object got rotated over in object mode, and so it was rotating in the wrong rotation. So if any of them aren't rotating correctly, you might need to hit Control A and apply the rotation, but it looks like the rotation values for all these are good because they're all turned to 0. So now you can see I can like rotate this down. So just kind of play around with the feet rig and the leg rig and make sure everything is looking correct. So that's good. Now what if you want to bring all of these objects back to their default rotations? Well, if you just hold down the shift key and select all of these objects, you can press Alt R. So Alt R is going to clear the rotation values. So you can see the pose is now back to its default. So the next thing that I want to do is rotate the cylinder on the z-axis. So what I first want to do is select the cylinder and I want to click on the locks to lock all of them, but then I just want to turn off the Z because I want to rotate it on the z-axis. So I'll uncheck this. Now if I try to rotate this, I can only rotate it on the z-axis. So what I'm now going to do is select the hips and then shift select the cylinder. And I'll hit Control P and I'll set parent to object keep transform. So now the hips can rotate this way, but then these pieces can only rotate in this direction. So I'll just hit Control Z to bring that back. So now what I want to do is lock the body. So I only want the body to rotate along the Z-axis. So we're going to click and drag to lock all of them. And then we're just going to unlock the Z. So now if I just rotate this, you can see it can only rotate on the Z-axis. Now what I want to do is I want to shift select these two objects and then lastly shift select the body. I'm going to hit Control P and set parent to object keep transform. So that way when I rotate the body, it also rotates the helicopter blades. Now for the helicopter blades, this object, I don't want it to move around at all. So if we select the object, we're just going to click down and lock everything. So now we can't rotate or move or scale it. This object here, I want this to only be able to rotate on the Z-axis. So we're going to click and drag down to lock everything, but we're just going to unlock the Z. So now if I try to rotate this, I can only rotate it on the Z-axis. So now what I want to do is I want to parent all the other objects which are going to follow the body. So I'm going to select this piece here, and then I'm going to shift select the fins, and then I'm going to hold down the shift key and select the two guns. Then I'm going to shift select the eye, and then lastly I'm going to shift select the body because that's going to be the parent. So we're going to hit Control P and I want to set parent to object keep transform. Now if I rotate the body, you can see it's rotating most of the character. Now if we select the cylinder and then shift select the fins and then shift select the eye, these objects, we don't want them to be rigged at all and we don't want them to move at all. So on all of these objects with all of them selected, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and I'm going to click and drag to lock all of them. So now if you click on each one and try to move it, you can't move any of them. Alright, so let's now do the guns. So if I select the guns, I only want them to be able to rotate on the x-axis. So if I shift select both guns, let's hold down Alt, and we're going to lock all of them. But then I only want it to be able to rotate on the x-axis. So with the Alt key held down, we're going to turn off the lock here on the rotation X. So this way, if I select the guns, I can only rotate the guns on the x-axis. Alright, so that's great. So we just need to rig at the very back here. So what I'm going to do is make all of these objects follow the cylinder. So if I just hold down the Shift key and select the fin, this other cylinder, and then let's select the rotor blade, and this other cylinder, all of these objects are going to follow the cylinder. So I'll shift select the cylinder last, and then I'll press Control P, set parent to object, keep transform. Now this object is locked, but if I were to try to move it, it would move around the other objects. So for example, if we select the body and rotate it, you can see it's now going to rotate the entire tail. Now let's select the fin and shift select the cylinder and then shift select this other cylinder. And I want to lock all of these because I don't want to be able to move them. So if I hold down the Alt key, I'm going to click and drag on the locks just to lock all of them. So now I can't move any of them. So then the last thing that I need to do is make the back rotor here so it can only rotate on the X. So we're going to lock everything, but we're just going to unlock the X rotation. So now, if I try to rotate this, we can only rotate it this way, and I can only rotate it this way. Now this object here, this is going to control the entire character. So to do this, we're going to select the body, then I'm going to shift select the cylinder, and then lastly, we're going to shift select the controller. I'm now going to press Control P, and we're going to set parent to object, keep transform. So now if I select the controller piece and just move the controller piece, everything is going to move with it. So I can rotate it, I can move it, I can scale it, and nothing is locked. But then if I just select the body, I can just rotate the body around like that. And then I can rotate like the propeller blade, but I can't rotate or move any of these other objects. I can also rotate the guns, so make sure that's working correctly. Then I can rotate the hips around. I can rotate these objects. I'm just gonna kind of play around with the rig and make sure everything's working correctly. All right, like that. So everything seems to be working correctly. And then I can't rotate any of these objects, but I can rotate this object here. So now that we've locked all the rotations and the locations and scales, what if you want to bring your rig back to its default transforms? Well, if you hit the A key to select the entire mesh, like let's say this is rotate and scale up, hit A to select the entire mesh, and we're going to press Alt-R, which will clear the rotation values, Alt-G, which will clear any movements, and then Alt-S, which will clear any scales. So that way, if your rig is in like a crazy position, you can just press Alt-R, Alt-G, and Alt-S, and now that's going to bring the character back to the default transforms. And if for some reason you did that and something didn't work, you're going to want to press Ctrl-Z to undo your movement, and you're going to want to select each object and make sure everything is locked, except the things that you want to be unlocked. So like these objects, they all need to be locked. Just the objects which rotate, those just need to be unlocked at that rotation that you want to be unlocked. But everything is working correct, so I'm going to hit N to close the side panel, and I'll hit Ctrl-S to save. So in the next part, in part 7, we're going to be posing the robot, setting up some lighting, adding a camera, and then doing the rendering and compositing to get a nice image of the robot. So when the next part is released, it'll be right up there on the end screen, and the link will be in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.